मैं एक बहुत ही छोटे से शहर से बिलोंग करती हूँ मध्य प्रदेश में. इनफैक्ट आई वाज बोर्न इन सिवनी, विच आई एम श्योर अ लॉट ऑफ यू विल हैव टू गूगल कि ये कहाँ पे है. माई फादर वॉज अ गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट, माई मदर वॉज अ होम मेकर, एंड वी वर दैट काइंड ऑफ अ फैमिली जहाँ से कभी कोई बाहर गया ही नहीं था. And yet I went to US for my masters at the age of 22, and I feel that single decision transformed my life. It made me really who I am. Now I know job market is very different, US is not what it used to be, but still some of those things, the ways in which my life transformed has nothing to do with just the professional aspects. It actually made me a different human being, and that is what I want to share. Here are 5 ways in which my life completely transformed because I took that decision at a young age. And I hope this video will change the way you think about studying abroad or leaving your home actually. All this on the other side of the intro. Keep watching. The biggest thing that studying abroad did for me was helping me level up. So in India, I was able to crack both medical and engineering entrance exams, but I could not get into IITs or AIIMS. The best I could get into was the best college in my state, Madhya Pradesh. So I went to GSITS Indore. I did my undergrad from there, which was supposedly the best government college in our state, but still it was not IITs, right? And the kind of opportunities are not at all similar. सो इट्स वेरी हार्ड फ्रॉम लाइक अगर आपके पास वो IIT का या Tier 1 का ठप्पा नहीं है इंडिया में, तो वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, एंड उसके बाद आप हमेशा लैग बिहाइंड करते रह जाते हैं. But because I was able to get into UIUC, my classmates were from IIT Bombay, from IIT Delhi, from IIT Madras. My research lab mates hailed from best colleges in China, in Europe, and when I got into Wall Street and Citigroup, that internship program, they had only recruited 6 or 7, I think, interns that year, all from top colleges in US. So I think that UIUC wala stint gave me a restart, a chance to reset my Tier 2, Tier 3 tag in India, and I think this is happening with so many people in India, so many students who are just stuck in that Tier 2, Tier 3 trap. So yes, education abroad has its own cost, but I think it's a great leveler, and once you are able to get there, nobody really cares कि आपने undergrad कहाँ से किया था. So in that ways, I think it was a good decision for me. The second thing is about becoming financially secure. So here's a number that can put this in perspective. A software engineer in India in a good position can earn 12 lakh a year. The exact same role in US will pay you at least 79 lakh, and that's a 6.5 times difference. आपको जो PPP लगाना है लगा लो. You just cannot build that kind of wealth in India. But it's not just about high salaries. This one is especially important, I feel, if you are a woman. So when I was in the US, I earned my own money, real money, right? And that changes something fundamental inside you. I dropped out of the MBA program at NYU after 1 year because I found a startup job that really excited me. And I could do that because I had my own savings. When I came back to India, I gave myself 2 years to experiment, wrote books, traveled as a digital nomad, started businesses because I had a safety net. And that New York startup that I left, its stock options have grown well beyond what I imagined, not just in valuation, but also because dollar savings in a country where the rupee keeps depreciating is its own kind of compound interest. So I need you to understand what financial independence actually gives you. It's not just about buying things, buying a better car or something. It's about not having job anxiety. It's about being able to walk away from things that don't serve you anymore. A job, a situation, a relationship. It's about not needing to ask permission for your own life. So I became someone who doesn't settle for less. Not in work, not in relationships, not in life. I waited until I found the right partner. I had a baby when I was 40. I wrote books at 32 instead of worrying about a job. Even today, I don't create content to please the algorithm. I say what I actually think. So once you have lived entirely on your own terms, even when it's hard, you cannot go back to a smaller version of yourself. Now here's again a stat that made me stop when I first read it. 73% of Indian women do not return to work after having a baby. Only 27% go back. I became a mother at 40 and I never once panicked about whether I could afford to make my own choices, because studying abroad early enough and started building that financial independence gave me that comfort. That 15-year runway is something I want my daughter to have. Not necessarily through a foreign degree, but through that core belief that she can provide for herself. Third thing is, it made me fearless in some way. So when I came back to India, I got a tattoo made in my first year itself, and here it is. So no kidding, it actually says no fear. Okay, let me explain what it means. So I went to US in 2005. There was no WhatsApp, IST calls were expensive and rare. I packed my life into 3 suitcases, landed in Chicago. From there I took a bus to the cold cornfields of Champaign, where I did not know a single person and had no family in the entire country. That chota sa university town became my whole world. I had to find housing, open a bank account, learn cooking, filing taxes, manage health insurances, etc. Nobody was doing any of this for me, right? So I learned to survive in snow. I learned to have uncomfortable conversations. I learned to book my doctor's appointment, deal with professors, because no one was going to advocate for me except myself. So that self-reliance is not something you can teach in a classroom or in your comfort zone when you're close to home. So give me a passport and a wallet and I can figure my way out of any situation in any country. That's not arrogance, that's just the kind of person you become when you have handled it all by yourself. And another strange thing happens, right? This whole experience makes you a better human being, if you know what I mean. So my cohort at UIUC had people from China, Korea, Pakistan, Eastern Europe, Latin America, Middle East. My colleagues on Wall Street were from 5 different continents. Some of my classmates at NYU were from the LGBTQ community. Some were just differently abled, some were war veterans, right? So when you live in such circles and deal with so different people, you stop making assumptions. You start understanding that there are genuinely different ways to see the world and none of them are just right or wrong. They are just different, right? And it made me so much less judgmental in general. And you appreciate your relationship so much more, because when you're 12 time zones away from your family, you understand what it means to miss someone. You call home not because you have to, but because you genuinely want to hear their voice, right? I have seen this with hundreds of people who are coming back after living abroad. They are kinder to their parents, more patient. They finally see the sacrifice, everything they were given when they were growing up. And you become peaceful in general, right? Because you have been the outsider, the one who did not get the joke, the one who ordered the wrong thing, or the one who could not get the cultural reference. So you never make fun of other people or put them in positions that hurt you when you were there. And I think that growing up, that maturity is such an important part about being abroad. Now this is the last one and I feel the most important one. It completely cured my log kya kahenge syndrome. So in India, you don't make plans. You announce things, then you wait for the community verdict कि relatives approve करेंगे कि नहीं, society क्या बोलेगी, and is it okay to even take this step, right? हम सब के अंदर वो insecurity होती है when we are a teenager or when we were in that young age. But when I went abroad at that young age and reached Champaign, वहाँ पे nobody knows my family, nobody cares about क्या caste है, क्या background है, how much money did your family make, etc. right? क्या क्या कार चलाते हो, अब किसी को कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा. And I heard stories from other immigrants and some of them had really gone through so much struggle in life that it put things in perspective that what do we really worry about? Like nobody is thinking about you in the first place. So being away from India for that sort of time period, I think it really made me stop thinking about ki log kya kahenge. Like I really stopped giving a damn about whether they will approve my choices or not, and it just like happened gradually. Like, you know, my first marriage ended when I was 30 and it was a huge stigma back in India, right? But I knew that, like, you know, that was the right thing for me. eventually I ran Scholar Strategy from so many different places in a non-conventional way. I remarried at the age of 36. I had a baby when I was 40. None of these are approved timelines in India, but I had learned that I'm not giving the permission to other people to make a judgment on me, and even if they do, it does not bother me. So I was not seeking anybody's approval, and that sense of security and that sense of self-worth came from, I think, being away from this society for some time, because it grounded me. It gave me a real jolt in life कि यार बाकी लोग इतना सब कुछ डील कर रहे हैं, ये दूसरे कंट्रीज़ के लोग आके यहाँ पे अपनी लाइफ बना रहे हैं, they are becoming successful, they are not letting others opinions like hold them down. So we really need to move on from this log kya kahenge mindset in India. And once you move away, by the way, that is when you are truly free. And I have felt that freedom ever since I went abroad. So those were some of the things that I feel. Studying abroad, sometimes we talk just about courses, jobs, salaries, visa timeline and PR timeline, etc. But it's like, you know, so much more, and I think you can get this in India also if you go away from your home maybe, but you have to really leave your home, go away somewhere and give yourself time to become the person you are going to be. So yes, this was that kind of video. I hope this will change the way you think about studying abroad, because it's just so much more than just a few checklist items that we generally discuss in this channel. So this is Nishtha from Scholar Strategy, and if you like this video, hit the like button and please subscribe for more such heartfelt, no bullshit content that I am creating these days. Thank you for following.